Rasheeda has always been a strong, elegant, and resilient woman, but even the strongest hearts have their limits. After years of being up and down with her husband, Kirk Frost, the day she had been dreading finally came. It had taken its toll from the never-ending cycle of lies, misery, and betrayal. There would be no turning back now that she was finished. This was not the first time the whispers had taken on a tangible form in recent years. Rasheeda had discovered that Kirk Frost, the man she had thought she could fully trust, had gone too far, beyond the bounds of her love to repair. The text messages that had been sent between Kirk and Jasmine Washington were exposed to Rasheeda when she was left alone in their house one fateful evening and was looking through her phone. They were devastating, genuine, and intimate reminders of Kirk's lack of respect, not merely flirtations. Kirk's adultery was more obvious than his words, particularly his covert interactions with Jasmine Washington, the woman who had sparked their most recent problems. Although Rasheeda had gone through the highs and lows of their relationship, their business ventures, their children, happy times, and terrible, the ongoing cycle of betrayal had weakened the woman she had once been. It became clear to her that the romance was more than a casual slip-up. She had known that he had once again spent the night with Jasmine, but it felt like a harsh validation of all her fears. Despite the excruciating anguish, Rasheeda experienced a sudden peaceful clarity. With each error, Rasheeda begged for forgiveness while standing in front of the mirror and gazing at her image. She used to be unable to picture her life without Kirk, but now she was unable to handle the weight of his falsehoods. She still valued their marriage, which she understood was the foundation of every lasting relationship, even though her love for him hadn't vanished overnight. The next morning, Rasheeda made the heartbreaking decision that she would not fight for something Kirk could not fight for himself. Knowing that this was the first step to finding her own serenity and happiness again, Rasheeda packed her items with determination when Kirk finally returned home and saw the vacant area where they had been. She now had to close the chapter on the life she had spent so much time building with Kirk. It was too late, yet it came crashing down. Now that she was abandoning the life she had built with Kirk, Rasheeda was choosing herself, even though she had given him more chances than she should have in the hopes that he would change and prioritize her needs over his own. She was regaining her life, her dignity, and her future, not just leaving a man behind. One thing was clear, she was no longer afraid to take on the problems head-on, even though the road ahead was uncertain. Rasheeda would discover a strength much greater than the suffering that had once characterized her love story with her newfound independence. Leaving Kirk was only one part of her journey. Another was regaining her identity as more than just the woman behind the man.
Like, he wanted to try to paint me out to be this crazy person that I'm not. But it's not the first time, and hopefully it'll be the last.
Yeah, so basically just trying to, number one, stop wasting my money on lawyers. So the amount of money that I sent you, that's the number you cool with, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put an agreement together and we'll agree on that and we can end this lawyer.
Period.
Okay, so that's where I'm at.
All right. Well, there we have it.
But you haven't signed anything and he hasn't signed anything yet.
No.
Is that because are you guys still trying to work it out, or does it just make more sense for you guys to just be separated right now?
Well, the thing is, we've sat and had a conversation about trying to maybe not do it through attorneys and see if we can come to some type of agreement, that way. And at the same time, I also feel like, and it's not even the point of just trying to work it out, but I'm also like, I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, I pretty much kind of got the information, and am I ready to serve him with these papers? This is the first time something like this has happened in our marriage, and I'm feeling like, okay, is the answer immediately, although it's all this crazy stuff that's happened, is the answer immediately divorce, step into this place, or is it, let's try to figure out if we're gonna just separate and try to work out percentages, things like to that nature. So that's kind of where it is right now, just maybe considering not having to do an actual divorce, but just at this moment, but just figuring out what we want to do and see if we want to go ahead and take it to the divorce line later, or that may not be the case. As of right now, who's to say? My main concern ain't even just the fact of filing the divorce. It's just about trying to, stay focused, not overstress myself, and get ready for this baby, whether he's a part of the situation or not.
We need to have a candid conversation.
Okay. Here we go. Rasheeda walked away the moment she saw me with her head down. Let's be honest, she can't even face me. But I'm not surprised to see that Kirk and Rasheeda made up. That woman will jump in the casket for him.
So the agreement was that you get Cannon the third weekend every month. Do you do that?
No, we didn't really agree to that because the last
It's signed on paper.
This is what I just want to say. It's not gonna ever be exactly what you want it to be.
I get that now.
Ever have to question or worry about is that boy getting the love and the same treatment as all the other kids when he's around.
Kirk ended up saying something flirty after Rasheeda stood up. It seemed like he was still messing with Jasmine behind the scenes.